super pumped about today because it marks the very first day and the very first episode of a different style of podcast that I'm excited to bring to you guys. But first, I've got to go and get a workout done. So I was having a chat with one of my mentors and I was finding myself almost like stuck with a blank sheet of paper in front of me in my office, at my desk, thinking to myself, okay, so what do I create this week? What kind of content should I start creating and what do my audience want to see? And he said just a simple one-liner that really hit me that I'd love to share with you. He said, instead of creating, why don't you just document? And I was like, yeah, cool. Makes sense. Makes things a lot easier as well. You can just come along with me on my day-to-day and I can just document and share things along the way, which is going to make things a lot more simple for me and hopefully a lot more entertaining for you. So today's episode, it's called The Moment I Realised I Was the Problem. And this moment, it goes back probably about four years ago now. Look at this. Bit chilly Perth. And I was sat in a mastermind group full of my peers and we were writing out our business goals for the next 12 months. At the time, we'd just gone over 120 members inside our bootcamp business and we were looking for an opportunity to get a facility indoors. I wanted to take our clients to the next level with heavier weights and obviously better results. But because the business was called Open Air Fitness, I was telling myself that we couldn't, that it wouldn't make sense, that it wasn't possible. Then one of my peers, he said something that it hit me hard. He said, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's your business. And that one-liner, it broke the loop because he was right. And brand aside, I was the one in the way. And long story short, we bought the gym. Here's the part that I really want you to hear. Maybe if you're watching this, your marriage feels disconnected. Maybe she said she's done. Maybe she's cold. Maybe she's distant. And the question that I really want you to ask yourself is, what belief are you telling yourself right now that's holding you back from leading? Are you telling yourself that we're done because she said so? Are you telling yourself that there's no coming back from this? Are you telling yourself that it's all her, you're pointing the finger? Because here's what I learned when I started blowing up beliefs that didn't serve me. And it's called the belief loop. So an event happens that you give it a meaning, that creates a belief, that impacts your behaviors, and therefore gives you your reality. Therefore, your beliefs don't reflect the truth, they reflect repeated meaning. Change the meaning and you change the belief. Change the behavior and you change the reality. And let me share with you how this played out for me. So it was a rainy morning and it was in the middle of winter and one of our members came down and they said, oh, you could never go and get it. They were kind of obviously complaining, but they said you could never go and get an indoor place or indoor facility because of your name, Open Air Fitness. And that was, we can't have an indoor space. So I acted accordingly. I played small and stayed safe. And my reality matched my belief. So yeah, I was the problem. And it wasn't just in my business, it was in my marriage. Because we do this everywhere. We build beliefs out of pain and old stories. Like, she said she's done. She said, I'll never change. Maybe she's just pulled away. You hear that and then you lock it in almost like it's final, that's it. But it's just an event. And here's where it gets real. She says, I'm done. So you decide that that means it's over. You believe that there's no coming back from this. So you shut down, you get cold, or you chase, or you react. And what happens? Your reality mirrors the belief. So yeah, the moment I realized that I was the problem wasn't just about buying the gym. It was about how I'd lived my life. It was about reacting to old beliefs, letting go of meanings that capped my leadership. And when I stopped doing that, I felt like my life shifted. I felt like my marriage shifted. I felt like I got my purpose back. So let me ask you, where are you the problem right now? And what story are you telling yourself that's keeping you small? Drop it in the comments below if this has landed for you today. And if you're ready to rewire your reality together, stay in the room and hit subscribe, because this is just the beginning.